Hey YouTube, PD2 Finger back for the final installation of my photo editing series. So for today we're going to make a poster. This here is a image that I made that's combined a bunch of images that have been edited. Here is another one, my cat's toy, and this is using Irfran View. It's using Gadwin print screen for the filters, and it's using paint.net for the lettering and to assemble it into a giant poster. So what I like to do is start with an image that I already know is large. Here is this large image. I'm going to turn this on its side by hitting R for right, and I'm going to hit Save As, and I'm going to put ABCD. Save it as ABCD. Now that's saved. We're going to open that with paint.net. Okay. Now the only trick with paint.net is you need to remember to save kind of every time you make a move. So here we're going to import our rocket photo and add it as a layer. So first thing we need to do is go over to the tools and select it to the move icon. We're going to kind of drag this down, and maybe we'll put this at the bottom as a starter. So I'm going to hit File, Save, and we're going to rename this AABBDD. Okay, so we got that one. Now we have this rocket image that we flipped. I'm going to go into Irfran View, hit Control Z, hit H. R. Okay, that's good enough. Now we have the image flipped. So I'm going to save this. Save as Rocket 3. We'll call that Rocket 3. X out of here. There's Rocket 3. We're going to drag this up here. Add layer again. And then we're going to drag it over. Make sure it's like about the same size. Is it? Yeah, I don't think it is. I think it's a little taller. So we need to... Let's see, is that perfect? Yeah, it's about good enough. I'll drag that one up to the top, and then we have to remember always save. Wait, should we look at that? Yeah, let's look at it. Okay, so always save. Otherwise, when I go to drag something in, it's not going to work. So we save that. We're going to save this as a JPEG to flatten it, which means it makes it as one thing. Otherwise, if you drag stuff in, it can go underneath one of those pictures, or certain things that you do will not be affected. So we have this save space and space. I'm not sure what the difference is. We'll just grab space, add a layer, kind of start off by dragging this over here, pull it down, and we're going to have to stretch our space image. That makes it look a little funny. So we will just kind of crop this. Add a little bit of black. I don't want to overcrop it and then black that stuff out. So, yeah, good enough. File, save. Yeah, replace it. That's okay. Now we're going to go with our lettering. We're going to find our space age lettering down here. Bring up the size to... That's another thing I like about this. It's significantly larger font size available than the other one, Irfran View, which crashes for me. So there we go. We put in a nice red rocket, kind of centered. I think maybe that's a little low. Go here, File, Save. And we're going to do our 3D effect. We're going to come back and change the color to blue, rocket, and get our 3D glasses. That looks pretty cool. File, save, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do to fill in PDN. File, save as, we want a JPEG. File, save as a JPEG, will you, buddy? We're going to go AI. It's good to not save over everything, so if you find that you made an error, you can go back to that point and recreate everything. So now we've made a mess, there's files everywhere. AI, and you can see there is stuff we don't want. We're just going to black this out. Alt X. This is one of the things I do in photos all the time. There's a gym sock laying there that's unsightly. Alt X it out. You'd be surprised at what you can get away with in a photo because people's eyes are drawn towards the central focus of the image. They're not going to notice. I mean, some people will, if they're going to sit there and pick apart your work. There's a certain type of hypercritical person that's always going to find what's wrong and think that they're superior to everyone else. That's my family. The people that I grew up with suffer from that. So yeah, here we go. Let's fuck those people. So here I'll show you that Control G is make it black and white. Control G, and then we just would have to go in and see where the areas that it really stands out that it's color. Zoom this in. We see all in here. Control G in here. Control G, and then now this is what kind of stinks about Control G about Earthran View is these squares. Ideally, if I was going to be really doing this, I would find using something like Photoshop is probably going to give you those tools. But I end up learning how to get good squaring stuff off. And then here we have this. I'm biting in a little bit there. We don't want to bite. So let's pull out and see. Now you see how the words rocket really jump out more in that black and white. The only thing I would say here is adding these white lines would be something I might want to do to try to simulate that. To make up for that, what I can do here is add them around the whole thing to throw you off a little bit. So let me try this. File, save. Something about this picture is my line and form is going annoying noise alarm. So let's open this up with our paint.net and see if we can make that internal rectangle. Let's see if we can use our skills here. Okay, and then let's center this. Go here. And we've got black. So did we save it? Let's see what's coming up here. Is that going to be white? It is white. Okay, so can we, and I'm sure we could just put a black rectangle in there and actually make one of those goofy borders. I think for time's sake, I'm just going to fill it using the fill tool. which is another thing that I like to do. Oftentimes we got oh, I needed to save that. Let's see what it looks like with the blue. Huh. That's not too bad. Let me do this rectangle tool, and then there's a way to do the line. The line size. So yeah, you could try to simulate the border effect by if I change that black background, that gray, to white. I can also up the size and play around with. No, that ain't gonna work. So yeah, this is turning into a boring probably way too long. Let me drop this down to 30. And it's highlighting my sloppy work because this is not working so well, is because I really rushed through this. But okay, so I am going to save this, and then I'm going to go into here, into my white, and let's see if we can fix this some more using our old friend Irfran view to make this here not so big. Oh boy, I was cutting into the other border there. So yeah, as you can see, this is, I would have to go back and try to fix this, but you get the basic idea. I'm using all three of these tools together to combine this to make this sloppy art, this poster here. So there's more tricks in this software. Let me do a color swap for you. Change canvas size. That's another cool thing you can do. And then when you get into the Irfran View plugins, Aries filters, this is the one that has the randomize button, and you stop it when you see something you like. And now is this going to, oh yeah, there you go. And then you could save or Control Z that. So there is a lot more to these free softwares. Like I said, I will have to take some time to look for an option besides pay camera bag for this stuff for you guys. If you know of anything like that, please let me know. And thanks for checking out my tutorial. There'll be more of this stuff to come.